I appreciate it.
Mama.
All righty.
Are we live?
We are live. Hello. Sorry, I was just checking the big monitor to make sure that we were live. Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's Saturday evening or day or morning, or it's Sunday, depending on where you are. Hello. Welcome to part 2 of Mother Earth Energy. Hope everybody's doing well. First and foremost, thank you to Jodi Roberts for joining us tonight. Her link to her website is in the description below. Please make sure you go check her out. She's got amazing sound healing tracks that you can buy. There's a link to buy them from her Square store if you go to her website. Second of all, thank you, Johnie. Long time no see. Hey, sir, how you doing?
Very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining me tonight. If you guys did not watch our reading last night on Johnny's channel with Tony from Shining Hawk Healing, Sienna from Sienna Rose Metaphysical, Jen Lynn dropped in at the end and asked, Jen Lynn always asks like the questions, and then Johnie, and then she actually read on why Johnie asked us such not horrible, that's not the word. I wonder if that was probably a Freudian slip. I meant to say hard questions. They're not horrible. Some of them are hard.
You mean that chicken and egg thing?
As the second non-political read that he threw, there's like a couple questions he threw us for DZ. So please go check that out. It was an amazing time. Asked very good questions. So go check that out. Johnny's channel from Tarot's Apprentice. Any housekeeping items? You guys know how I like to start off. Jodi, we'll start off with you. Any housekeeping items that you have you'd like to cover?
I have workshops and Zoom classes that I'm offering that are on my events page of my website. If anybody's interested in diving deeper beyond what I do here.
Awesome. So
Sacred Inspiration.
Sacred Inspiration. The link is in the chat, so you've got no excuse to not know where it is. I will put it back in this chat too. While Johnie does his housekeeping, what's going on with you?
Tomorrow, I will be live on my channel with Jen and Lynn Tarot in House of Lenormand Tarot. We will be doing our Sunday live stream, and Friday of next week, I will be doing I think it's the third non-political live stream that I'm going to entitle Spirit Sessions, because that's what I used to call them before I started calling them non-political back in the day. And I have a t-shirt that says that, so now I have to name it that. So Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am going to be doing, I think this is my third one. I already have 8 of the 10 questions, so we're almost there.
Awesome. And everybody, you guys are live on your channel tomorrow night.
Tomorrow, yes.
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, same time it always is.
And there is a community post up right now if you would like to leave political questions for tomorrow.
Yes, please go do that. Only housekeeping I have is I have another sound healing that I'm going to be doing a premiere, so we're going to listen to it and chat and talk about it together. I think I'm going to do that Monday nights around 8 p.m. Eastern. So it is you guys requested the video. This one is the solar plexus and hearts. I forgot what it's called because I'm old. Hold on. Exactly what it's called. I spent like a week and a half doing this. You think empowering your actions. Empowering your actions. That's what it is called. So I will join you guys Monday nights at 8 p.m. and we will listen together. Okay.
I have another question though.
Okay.
When is Chakra Talk with you and Lauren Margulies?
When that heifer has moved in her house.
Oh, she's moving. Okay.
She moved. She's moving. I just texted her the other day and was like, "So you ready?" And she's like, "No."
Last time we talked to her, she was moving a house. Okay.
Yeah. Let me text her again and see if because she was swamped in boxes and she was in the corner shaking. And she's like, I don't see how you move every couple years. And I was just like, I've just gotten used to the calamity. So let me check with her. If we don't do it this month, we will definitely have a chakra talk in September. We'll get it going. Awesome. Okay, I put the link to Jodi's website in the chat. So without further ado, let's start getting into it. First group of questions I have is about Mama Earth and her human children, us's. The question I have is, how does human frequency impact Mama Earth energy? So how does our energy, our frequencies, impact Mama Earth's energy? Or does it have any impact on her at all? Just curious to see. Hey, Lori, Way of Positive Change. Hello, me, myself, and I, Debbie. Hello. Hope you guys are doing well. Hi, Judy. Hello, Linda, Chris. You guys are doing well. Hi, Nancy. How does human energy impact Mama Earth's frequency? Interesting. Johnie, if you're ready, you can go ahead.
The energy is love, because I don't think anybody hates the earth in their core, in their what's the word? In their untainted energy. Nobody hates it. So the energy is a loving energy. The mental process is what affects her energy in a negative way and a positive way. Just depends on what it is you do. The chimera, this is multiple creatures in one. This is also imagination kind of running amok. The Sphinx is about details, making sure that you have the right answer, and then the key, access to solutions. So what Earth needs from us, because she has the love already, the energy is already love. What she needs from us is solutions for the scars and the energetic scars that are being inflicted on a daily basis. So she needs us to use our brains a little better than we have been.
Mine started off very similar. Love. A lot of love frequency is kind of what I'm getting. There's also, I got 4 of Wands and 10 of Pentacles. So an abundance of, this is like our home. It's loving motherly energy is basically what I'm getting. How do we impact it? Is she gives us love, we give her love back from a frequency standpoint, an abundance of joy as well is what I'm getting. What she wants and needs from us, if I follow Johnny's cue, is just gratitude. Because that gratitude frequency is just as high, if not higher, as form of love frequency. So how we impact her, it's from a love frequency perspective, joyous abundance of joy, and then also making sure that we show gratitude, or we keep the gratitude frequency going.
Okay, I'm not hearing anything anymore.
I'm on mute.
You don't mute yourself. You can do your bowls.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me get back in audio. So I'm going to play the answer first. Love is this frequency. frequency. And if humans go into their heart chakra, before they start thinking and speaking, we will be in alignment, in harmony with Mother Earth. And in that harmony, our energy is synergistic with her, so we can work with her and solve the problems.
Love frequency synergistic. First. Go there first. Not after you've been a jerk. It's too late then.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
there.
and the bowls that I played are what I use for the heart math processes that I do. Because when heart math was first studying what made humans more coherent, they discovered that the love sine wave was identical to the earth sine wave, and humans experience the love and the care in their heart chakra, not up in the head. So we dial up, dial in.
Dial up. That way, not that way.
Yeah, you want to connect everything, but you go from heart first to go up. This is the part that sort of has the monkey mind, so we have to go from the heart up. And then we're in coherence with Earth.
As Johnny always says, your brain is your greatest asset and also your worst enemy at the same time. Let's ask, does everything on Mama Earth have a heartbeat or a soul? Something that has everything on Mama Earth have a soul is the question. Jodi, Chris wants to know what's monkey mind.
Busy mind.
The monkey mind?
Busy.
It's the chattering that goes on in our heads, the stress talk, that when we're meditating, we attempt to turn our focus away from that into a more peaceful place.
And not throw poo against the wall.
Or at each other.
All the time.
Yes, in some meditation circles, the chatty mind is called the monkey mind. Like monkeys playing and jumping. Actually, they're like my hummingbirds upstairs. They're always moving and making noises and fighting with each other. That reminds me of the mind.
Oh, Johnny, I thought we had grabbed the same deck. I was like, oh snap.
I limited myself. I have two. I got one Oracle, one Tarot's.
Yeah, I'm not that mature yet. We'll pull out 19 decks. It means like one of them. Everything. The question was: does everything on Mama Earth have a soul, or heartbeats, an ism, a thing, a pulse, if you will? What you got, Johnny?
I got bronchitis from these incense.
I hate you.
Swallowing potpourri.
I gotta
Okay.
reshuffle because if you
Forces beyond your control intervene. Your secrets are safe. Follow your intuition. Triumph over adversity. Everything has an energy, not a soul per se. And well, and the way that I'm thinking of soul is no, but everything has an energy. Everything has an energy mark as kept. That's what's trying to come out, but energy mark didn't make sense to me, so I didn't say it. But everything has an energy mark. Everything leaves an energy trail. Everything consumes it. Even if the fruit or the mayfly, I think, lives one day, even that as an energy trail. So it's on the other side, it's a soul, it's a spirit, or whatever it is that they call it. We call it soul and spirit because those are our words. But it on the other side, there's their soul and spirit. Over here, it can occupy anything. And it's not necessarily like, oh, your cat has a soul. It just came here and it occupies what it wanted to. So I'm going to say yes. Everything has an energy mark. Everything has a spark of creation within it. And it returns to that when it dies.
Interesting. I get yes with trust in union. Trust being with a big F and little f, in union being spirit. Everything is connected. Universality, solar crown chakra energy. So I get yes, it absolutely does. One way, shape, or form, it absolutely does. And that's the energy, the imprint. That's why people get very upset when you kill something, whether it be a gnat or another human, because that is a soul that has been discarded. That is an entity, a thing, a being, an ism, just as important, that shares space, matter, and frequency as everything else. So I get it does because of the trust card in union. Thank you so much for the super chat, myself and I. I pray that generosity is returned to you tenfold.
You done? I'm going to consult the oracle, Mama Earth gone, and the heart chakra bowl to get that answer. So, get my chair out of the way. The earth gong is this one right here. And the heart ball is this one right here. So I invite the heart to talk to the earth. What I get for my answer is, because in my training, Mother Earth is a sentient being like humans are. So she has a heartbeat and she has a soul. And it's a way of looking at her as the being that invites us to live on her. And what I found interesting listening to the bowl and the gong together is we opened with a lot of heart answers, and they're reading all of us, all of you out there. So there's a really beautiful harmony and coherence going on between our hearts and the earth. And if that's the simple definition of soul in this case, we're there already, which is really neat. It sounded really good. Beautiful.
That's awesome.
And I've already changed the sound back.
I have questions about empaths in Mother Earth. How can empaths distinguish when they're feeling Mama Earth energy versus when they're feeling like a human or something other than Mama Earth's energy? Because there are times when I have felt like a storm coming. I have felt, whether that's, physically, all old people say, oh, it's going to rain because my knees are hurting. Well, that's empath. You're an empath and you're feeling Mama Earth, something that's getting ready to rain. So how can we distinguish, other than just sore joints or bursitis, but how can empaths distinguish when they're feeling Mama Earth energy versus other human energy? Does it show up?
Mm-hmm.
Johnny. Your lip and your nose curled all the way. I'm like, if you hate my question, you don't have to answer it.
There's an answer, but it's okay. This is why sometimes I need cards. It's in a language I don't understand.
So that was your translation face, basically.
What is you trying to say to me right now? Meanwhile, I'm holding the thing that I'm supposed to be translating with. So yeah, I got caught between the moon and New York City right now.
New York City.
How do they distinguish? One is a feeling, one is a sense. That's what does not make sense. But one is because I'm not traditionally empathic, so this is why this one I need a little help here. But this one, they start with the Five of Pentacles and the King of Wands. But the Five of Pentacles is a situational upset. It's being thrown out into the cold, into the darkest night, being shunned and pushed away. Loss, poverty, that type of thing. So there is a physical reaction to your empathic feeling. There is a sense when it is Mother Earth. There is almost like with an empathic feeling, when it's just a regular empathic feeling, you can stop that. You can tourmalines, and like we talked about yesterday, you can shield yourself from the outside feeling coming in. This Mother Earth connection comes from the inside out. You cannot stop that because you're directly connected to it. It does not hurt. It's not harmful, even if it's something like sensing a storm. Storms are natural. They may make you feel something on your outside end, like you may see the storm and become afraid, and that's when you start to deal with your human emotions, so forth, so forth. But it is in here not to make you afraid, but just to make you aware. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, this is happening. All storms haven't killed you, therefore there's no really need to fear this one. If it's something that you in your logical mind say I need to get out of the way of, then you do that. But from the inside out is Mother Earth, from the outside in is your regular empathic feelings. If that made any sense.
Inside out is empath is humans. Outside in is humans. Inside out is Mama Earth, what you said.
Yes.
Okay. I have something similar. How can you tell? Kind of like if you start so this is how you can tell if it's a human. If it starts physically, or there's a sense of foreboding, if it has a physical sense, and then you calm, that is human, because you're aware that you felt it and you have to actually talk yourself into bringing the temperance. Okay, so it's more of a and it starts more of a here feeling and not anywhere else. So that's what I'm getting with the Nine of Wands and Temperance. Versus kind of like what Johnny said made sense. If it's, how can you tell Mama Earth's energy? It actually starts with stillness, then it releases, because it is a calm. Like Johnny said, it is not meant to disturb, disrupt, or scare you. It's just a feeling that she's giving you, a sense that she's giving you, but it comes in stillness. It's not oh God, I feel like something bad's going to happen, or it's not a physical knee-jerk reaction. I would call it almost like a clairaudience or clairsent. You just know, and then you're able to release it, versus it comes in kind of hot and heavy before you're allowed to release. This one it's a stillness, it's a calm, it's a knowing, and then you're able to release. And that's how I'm getting the difference between the two.
Okay. So I cheat to answer that question. I'm going to go walk over to a gong that's over there somewhere. And this gong is the same C sharp note that Mother Earth is. She's a planetary gong. This is a symphonic gong. If I want to know how Mother Earth is and I cannot go outside and sit on her, I will ask this gong what's going on. She's how I read things like storms and earth energy and earthquakes and stuff like that. Next to her is how I read water. And my favorite way of feeling whether it's earth versus me, and I used to do this when I lived on the mountain in California. We had granite boulders that were so huge you could just lay down on them. I mean, 10 people could lay down on them. And I would go hike from the 5,000 foot level down to the 6,000 or down to the 4,000 foot level and lay on this boulder with my dog and just feel the frequency of Mother Earth to check in with how she was doing and what was going on, especially when earthquakes were coming, because you could sort of feel them coming. So I prefer to ask her through sound, whether it's her or whether it's me pinging off of her.
Does Mother Earth have a message for us empaths? And if she has one, what is it? I have a question for her. Why do you make me feel all the feels all the time? But does she have a message for us? Anybody who feels that they are even remotely slightly empathic, this is for you.
Oh, that's nice. It starts with the Six of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Justice, Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands, Temperance. That no matter how bad things feel, you are still on the right track. Don't ever close yourself off to the feeling. Know that not never mind your connection to spirit, but you don't need to leave the physical earth and connect to anything else. This has got you. She is saying that her energy can reach you and so forth and so forth with the Temperance card. There are alchemic formulas. You can create all kinds of things, redlentilhealing.com, to help yourself with whatever it is that you are feeling that you can't shake, that you can't seem to heal, or whatever the case may be. But the Six of Swords is a transition, but it's a transition with baggage. So you are going in the right place, but yes, you are still going, you're still earthbound. You still are going to feel things. You're still going to experience things that were quite unnecessary by the Two of Pentacles, but that's life. but Earth has still got you in her energy. She's still got you in her bosom. With the 9 of Wands and the Justice, things will balance out, but it's going to take work, but it will balance out. You just have to do the workings. You have to create something, realmentalhealing.com. Whatever it is you need to do, there are things that can help you. But she is saying that don't worry, don't stress yourself out about I need to go into deep meditation and all this. It's here. Go for it.
Yeah. I'm on the same. I'm going to continue what you were saying, if you don't mind, sir, if I can add on to that.
Absolutely.
Humility too. Know when it feels hard to ask for help, and she will help you. She, grandfather, son, spirit, divine, did not give you this power just to leave you hanging and to make you fend for yourself. That's really tough, and that's a little unfair. So humility. It's hard to feel all the feels. It can be tiring sometimes to feel all the feels. Believe it or not, though, stop saying to yourself, but nobody understands, nobody knows what that's like. Guess there's a lot of people who do. So go find that group, have some humility, and just, even sometimes if you just need to say, Spirit, it's a little too much for me right now to feel all these feels. I'm not forsaking you. I'm just letting you know, bro. It's a little tough right now. Can you help a sister out? Have the humility. Ask divine to help, and it will help. In that same vein, you need to give yourself the compassion that you give others. Empath means compassion, believe it or not. It means that you have the compassion to feel everything, whether you want to or not. And so while we feel everybody else's feels, let's go ahead and feel our own and give ourselves this compassion that we need. We always ask, why can't the world be more compassionate? Well, the same goes to you. You need to give yourself the compassion as well that you wish to see displaced in the world. You need to give yourself the compassion that you give everybody else. So that's what she's saying. Ask for help, because you don't have to carry this yourself, and be compassionate to yourself, because you're so compassionate with everybody else.
I think we touched on this last time we did this, but it's the same message. So, I keep dropping sticks. Mother Earth offers up life force energy to us whenever we ask. We have a chakra in the earth. So she's reminding us to say thank you and receive it. And as we walk on her to say thank you for what she gives us, and then we anchor that in grandfather's son. Both of them work together to offer us life force energy. Chakra. Right here. Okay, I'm back.
The gongs. Another question that I have is actually a question that Jodi has. What does Earth want humans to know about reality creation? Jodi, do you want to explain that question?
I have been told in some of my shamanic training that Earth is a creation planet. And there are supposedly 12 of those running around the universe somewhere. And if that is the case, then somehow we are co-creating reality with her. So how's that work? Are we aware of it? Are we doing it?
Creating reality.
The first card I get is the moon, which I believe means it's a little deeper. Well, way deeper than I guess I was first grasping as a thought process. Is there's anyway, it's deeper. The Five of Cups with the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands, our emotions are creating a energy. The energy then manifests. It's the Five of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, that in which we give out. The Eight of Wands, that in which we say, that in which we create through words. Words are more powerful than guns and knives will ever be, because they stick. You can recover from a knife wound or cut your own self or whatever the case may be. It's harder to recover from words, or words can make you feel like, $1 million type thing. The words we say, the emotions that we carry, that we also put out, create something. What? I don't know, because I get the moon, meaning whatever that something is, whether it's an alternate reality, whether it's a whole new creation of something. I don't know. But I will say it is there. There is some sort of creation here. I don't know if it can be detected, if it can be seen with the human eyeball, maybe something in the third eye, so forth, so forth. But yes, we do push out something that creates something else. Yes.
We do, but what are we creating is what I get is the question, because the entire challenge to this is the Empress, is the actual creation itself. That is actually what's crossing the reading. It starts with Temperance and is crossed by the Empress. That's really fascinating. So we're already in this state, but the challenge is, what are we creating? There's an action that's you know what? That's what I'm getting. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction with the Ace of Wands and with the Death card. So Johnie says it's the words, but the words then create that energy, and that energy then has an action, and that action is whatever we're creating is almost like, I don't want to say the upside down, but it's kind of what I would picture. And because of that, that's why actually creation is the challenge. But it ends with the Eight of Pentacles. Yes, the work has been done. The harvest is going to reap. So whatever it is we create, that's why I always say it's this human existence. Whatever we do, whatever energy we put out, whatever action we have, that leaves an imprint some way, somehow. What imprint do you want to leave? Not just here on this reality, but in an alternate universe as well.
So I'm going to play some bowls for this one. That table over there. So what's over here are D and A bowls. And the D, the sacral chakra, the D note is our power of creativity. And for me, in reality creation, most humans don't even conceive of this, don't think about it, don't create on purpose. And all of our collective energies are going into creating the reality we see out there. So with this kind of DNA frequency, we can choose and direct creation energy. teacher says, when you think it and you speak it, you create it. So somebody in here said, watching the words. Yes, watching the words. And that's Joseph Freyal. He's one of the native teachers I have.
I also say, but the thinking it too, be careful what you say about yourself to yourself. I say that all the time.
Yes.
I have a follow-up question, if I can.
Please.
Is there a guardrail for this type of thing, or can we create any manner of Valhalla, as they say, some madness, some craziness? Or is there because humans have the free will and they can do what they want to do. I can do something extreme or do something fantastic, whatever it's up to me. But when I am creating by accident, or if I am pushing out negativity constantly or positivity constantly, and that is then creating a reality for someone or myself or my spirit to live in, my energy to live in, is there a guardrail that you don't completely... No, I don't think there is. because mind you, people create their own suffering sometimes, and it gets worse. What can be done about it? No, never mind. Because when you don't realize it, you don't realize it. And you don't realize that you are the source of that problem. That all of this garbage is coming to you because that is what you want. That's what you keep talking about. Everything that you say is... Lori, who's in the Way of Positive Change, who's in the chat, she said on one of her live streams moons ago that when you put it out there, that's what's coming back to you, because that's what you asked for. I'm paraphrasing now, but when you keep putting out negativity, guess what you're going to get back? Because that's all you deal in. That's all you delve in is negativity. But it just seems like there needs to be an intervention. Can there be? Is there one? Can we do it for other people, or is this one of those, if you don't ask for help, or you have to be the one to try to help you too? Like, I can't do everything for you situations.
I've got a dear friend that very subtle. I'll let her go on the pity party, and then for every 10 pity parties, I'll have one where I'm like, you realize that when you focus on the negative, that's what's coming in, right? When you keep saying, woe is me, spirit keeps bringing you more woe is and more me's. I like the question of, can there be an intervention, or does it have to be, or is that breaking free will?
Good question.
Because sometimes there are people who need to do glorious things here on earth, but the thing that is in their way is themselves. They can't get out of their own way. They can't figure it out because, everybody's not spiritually connected, and there's nothing wrong with that either, because you're human and you're not born wondering. Well, I was, but some people are not born wondering about the here and after and the beyond, and let's see. I get conflict already. I get conflict. I get conflict 4 card. Oh, that's the 3rd card. Learn how to count. I get conflict on the 4th card, and then justice. No. I mean, no.
No.
No. You are the source of it. Therefore, you need to be the end of it. What helps that is realizing it, but how do you realize it when you're
in it? When
you're still creating the bad with the Valhalla, as they called it, the negativity, the all manner of grossness.
Yep. Because the challenge is themselves going out on this. And the outcome card is, I got Wheel of Fortune. It's inevitable. Their thought process, whatever, this is who they came in. This is how they're wired. Therefore, no, if it's inevitable, when you've got this inevitability, then there's nothing that can alter that course really accept them? And even can they really, if they're that far into the thick of it,
I have another question, if I can.
Okay.
Because I tend to sometimes, if it depends on the connection I have with the person. Sometimes I can be I have the appearance of maybe cold-heartedness, but how do you observe the suffering of a person and not take that on? Because they are creating a reality for someone else to live in too. So while they're over there with the pity party and the woe is me, how do we sort of inoculate ourselves to not be drugged in? We can help and we can pray for you and we can say, oh, it'll be all right. Joy cometh in the morning light type thing. But how do we keep ourselves safe from becoming part of the pity party? Especially for empathic people who are feeling it just looking at you. How do we stay out of the water when it's raining? There you go, Lori. Ask yourself after you say something, do I really want that to be true?
Mm-hmm.
Catch the words.
Watch them, or they'll watch you. Make a fool of yourself.
Oh. How do you keep, you have to build a barrier, but you have to also allow your spirit to work in these situations. So, personal story. A friend of mine, going through it still, text me, because I'm always up at 3 o'clock in the morning anyway. So we're texting back and forth of how much she hates her life type thing. And I'm like, oh my goodness, And so a part of me then takes that on because I like this person and she's suffering. And then therefore I feel like I need to do the knight in shining armor thing. And then without asking, we're just driving down the street. And mind you, I interrupted myself 3 times. Mind you, when we are in the car, my mind can sort of open because the rest of it's quiet because the scenery kind of, it hypnotizes me a little bit because I'm not driving. And so that's when Spirit sort of came in, kind of like when I'm asleep. Spirit sort of came in and said, everybody who is asking you something does not want advice. Everybody who is telling you something does not want advice. Sometimes you just need to listen and say, oh, I'll pray for you too. That's it. That's all you need to do. So you need to build that web. Listen to your spirit, and they will teach you how to build it. They will teach you what to do. True feelings are masked. You can still be sad for them or whatever for them, but you don't need to be in it with them because you can't fix it because they don't want to fix it. Because remember what we said about the speaking it out. They're creating this reality. You are not to live in that. You have one of your own. That's when you start to stretch yourself too thin and you become putty. Mystic circle, that's your spiritual everything, your ancestry, your everything. Let that help you. It's going to build a web for you. Just stop and listen. Drive down the street. Let your mind go. No, excuse me. Ride down the street. You can't drive down the street and not pay attention.
Please and thank you. Understand first and foremost, we are all individuals, individuality. That is their pain, their problem, their issue. Recognize and honor the space that we are all individuals going through our own particular journey, because what the individuality card is literally saying that each person has their own plan, their own karmic path, their own thing. And when you realize that, remember, that's them and not you. That is a very powerful tool to have. That's how you start to build your web of protection. Individuality is what Mama wants to tell us, that remember that everybody is an individual on their own path. Once you remember that and start to have that implanted in your heart chakra and your third eye chakra and your root chakra and whatever other things you need, Next, you need to work on your sacral chakra with flexibility. Be flexible. Remember that this is not for you to hold on to. With flexibility, you can put yourself in a pretzel shape to hold them, and then you can take yourself out of that to let it go. Do not get stuck, because getting stuck means that you're going to take on that emotion and get trapped in it. Be flexible. Sacral chakra. Let it move. Okay? Understand that as the tornado comes through, it is chaotic. You do not need to get swept up in that tornado with healing chaos. That is not for you to heal. Let Mother Nature, Mama Earth, have her tornado, i.e., let the person go through what they're going through and let them go through it. You don't have to fix everyone, because do you want to get swept up in the tornado, or do you want to go and take cover? Is what you need to ask yourself when others are dealing with their own drama. What you got, Jodi?
Hang on, I'm going, oops. Turn the camera back on. Let me go change sound, and I'm going to go talk to the gong that Archangel Michael likes to hang in with. And if I can aim the camera right, I can also show you the lake. Okay, that big Chinese gong. Can you guys see the lake out there, Adrian? Maybe. So I have done healing work as an empath and somewhat of a medical intuitive for 34 years now. And about 5 years into it, my guides, including Michael, told me I had to go to the mountain and learn how to detach from the outcome. Because I was all into, oh my God, if I'm supposed to be doing this, I'm supposed to be helping people. And that's when I joined a Zen order, which was all about detachment from outcome. And the lesson that I got about taking on everybody's stuff is that as a catalyst, I hold the safety and the container for whatever transformation a person has already chosen to go through. I make the assumption they're not broken, that there just may be some gunk that needs to be moved. And because I'm not Great Spirit, God, Creator, I also don't know what health is for a person. You know, I don't know that. I've had people text me when somebody's dying and say, you can keep them alive, go do that. And I'm like, that's none of my business. You know, that's Creator's business. So I use all the skills I have to simply read what's going on and create safety for the person to have feelings and move energy and use sound. I mean, all the things I do actually moves energy. But I've had to learn the hard way that I may see a pathway to healing for somebody, but if they choose not to see it, it's not going to happen. Not take that personally, because I don't know the agreements that other people make when they come here. So it's a really interesting paradox lesson of hold the the possibility of every bit of transformation out there, give some tools, and teach people how to do it themselves too, because I'm big on accountability. So the Michael Gong is the one that I use a lot to help me with that. Okay, we're back.
I feel extra empathy after all of those empath questions. So I'm going to move us out of the empath realm, if you guys don't mind. And let's talk about elements. Is there a benefit to developing a deeper relationship to all of Mama Earth's elements? The water, the air, the other two that I can't think of right now. Is there
Earth, water, fire, wind.
Heart, go, planet. He's a hero. Okay. In all seriousness.
Oh, I love that show.
We're the Planeteers. You can be one too. I'm sorry.
and how before its time was that show right now?
Seriously.
Right about now. Goodness.
Oh.
Is there a benefit to it?
Benefit?
Yes. I am not a huge fan of big bodies of water. Me and the ocean are not friends. But spiritually speaking, looking at it, you can't help but be amazed. You can't help but, I don't feel small because I don't feel big. Therefore, I just feel a part of. I love when the wind blows. If it's hard or soft, I don't really care. I love when the wind blows. Me and dirt are not the best of friends, but I love what comes out of the earth. I love trees and bushes and flowers, and I love all of that. Fire is magic because it's not naturally found on Earth. Like there's not a pool of fire sitting somewhere that we all go see, but there's heat, there's magma, there's all that stuff. So fire's there too. But yes, there is a benefit to being a little more appreciative, a little more one with, a little more in awe of. That's in love with is what I want to say. Like there really is. I can't even put it into human words. Like if you were to really just be a part of it's there's the card there. It's ridiculous. It's like because it's you. You are it. It is you. It's fantastic. Just try it. All of them. Don't put your hands in fire, but take a little small something of fire and just look into it. Caveat: if you are a pyromaniac, do not do that because then they get a little drawn into it and become destructive. But if you are a person who has a healthy relationship with such things, then be a part of, be seduced by. It's fine. The earth is just wonderful. Just be in love with elements. Yes, all of them, even spirit.
Because what it does is it gets you out of complacency and anxiety with the 4 of Cups and the 9 of Swords. It gets you out of that worry mindset and that complacency, that being mindset. It grounds you. It brings you back. And what it actually does is this is the outcome, the Temperance card. You become balanced. That Temperance is the opposite of the destruction. It brings the harmony, if you will, in ways. And it also brings change. It allows you to be truly present, get rid of your ego. You start to see the we and not the me. You ascend from root chakra to crown chakra, from the me energy to the we energy. The change is about letting go of ego, being present, being part of the bigger picture. And you have to be part of the bigger picture when you've got all the elements. That's what Mama Earth is comprised of. So yes, absolutely, there's a benefit.
So there is a past life that I remembered at one point, I can reach this going from over here, but I'm gonna try, in which I spent much of my time communing with Earth and her elements. This is my past life phone. And I agree, Adrian, with what you were saying, is that it is who we are. We are made of the same stuff that Earth is made out of. So it's important to know it. And I don't have a camera on the medicine wheel over here, so I'll just play the bowls. In the metaphor of the elements, the east element is fire, which represents your spiritual life. The south element is water, which represents your emotional life. The west is earth, which represents your physical body. And the north is air, which represents your mind and wisdom. So using the elements as a metaphor for aspects of your life, they're really important. Okay.
Awesome. We're going to do 2 more questions. There's a question about water. Jodi, you had a question about water.
You're welcome, Debbie. Yeah, I'm living on a lake right now, which wasn't intentional. I wanted a place up in this village, and Spirit handed me a lake. So I have created lake TV on Instagram because I meditate watching everything out there. And I live in the middle of a forest with man-made lakes and people that put poisons on their yard to kill weeds. And every rainstorm, it runs into the lakes that people get into and eat fish from. And the question is, what does Mother Earth and her water want us to do to bring consciousness and health back to the water? Because we can't live here without it. And it's been disconcerting to see how this lake is treated with oh, you mean it's going to run into the lake? No, that's not going to happen. And I'm like, yeah, every rainstorm happens. So just, how can we bring more of an honoring to the water, the sacred water that we all need for life, where we live our lives?
Page of Cups represents water for me when I do Earth Tide reading. So there it is. The Ace of Wands is a new action, new creativity, brainstorming. Empress and the Emperor. We have to be in command of creation. The earth can purify, but it is a lot easier if we just do it. As the reading yesterday that we did, I asked, what does spirit think we are? Or what does spirit say we are? We call ourselves human because that's our word. What does spirit say? And I didn't get a word, but I got caretakers, because this is the planet we have to live on. We currently cannot get to another one to stay there. So we need to take care of this one. And water is not just important to us, it is important to everything. Mm-hmm. And so the Empress is the life force, the creation, the birthing of these ideas with that Ace of Wands. The Emperor is the take charge of this creation. We also have to keep in mind that there are things living in there that cannot live anywhere else. So what you do to that water, you do to their house. If somebody did it to yours, you would not like it. So there's also some consideration that needs to be taken in, that we are killing something's home, thus killing them, thus upsetting the balance of life, and so forth and so forth. But we have the tools to do it, the ingenuity to do it. We need to have the drive to do it. There's thus the Emperor and the Ace of Wands. So keep in mind that is something's house. That is something's all they have. And if they don't have that, they die and upsets the balance of rest of life. Also keep in mind, even if you want to approach it from a selfish situation and you don't want to think about the creatures that live there, water is important to everything on earth, including human beings. If you poison it, you poison you. So that's what I get.
Okay. I was like, do I give the answer first and then work backwards, or that's what I was? So here's what starts off with the devil, which is us doing harm, either by choice or by ignorance, right? So that's how it starts. With the challenges, what I think is interesting, which I think is going to be the answer, and I saw Mama Earth said it too, or Earth Mama, had a dyslexic moment. Earth Mama said in the chat, is the illumination. How do we bring awareness to the issue, right? How do we, without sounding like crazy tree hugging hippies, how do we remind people, or without sounding like doomsdayers, how do we remind people that, hey, you know, that may not be the best of things. There is going to be a justice for the actual Mama Earth. So this is going, there's going to be a going around, coming around type, if you will, for the actual environment with the Four of Wands. The answer, though, is the Empress and creation. We've got, like Johnny was saying, we've got to create something. And what I'm getting is we've got to create an enlightenment. Again, we've got to go teach. We've got to educate. We've got to find ways to remind people that there's beauty in water, and you don't want to cut that off. Even if the only thing that they see is just, oh, I really like going to the ocean, or I really like going to the lake because it's beautiful, then have that enlightenment moment and remind them that it may not be here for them to even enjoy the beauty, because they may not think holistically. You gotta meet people where they are. They may not have that enlightenment yet that, oh, if I kill it, it's going to kill me. If I kill the fish, I can't eat them. You may have to get them at the superficial level, unfortunately, which is it's really pretty. And it will no longer look pretty if the rainwater that's filled with toxins goes into it and you've got dead fishes and whatnot floating up, or it becomes green in a different color. So you may just have to meet them where they are, find a way to illuminate and bring light to the situation so they can have that enlightenment.
I'm going to play Earth and Sun again. So watching the comments in here, yeah, I saw the one Earth Mama about education. I mean, I live in what used to be a complete retirement community on 26,000 acres in the middle of the woods, and there's a consciousness among the old farts like me and older that they just don't understand this stuff is toxic. And that's hurting the water. So I think the youngers and the ones that pay attention to what we're using is important. And Chris, you made a comment about growing weeds. I mean, I'm living in a state I've never lived in before, and there's plants out there I've never seen before. And my way of doing this is, ooh, let me grow it and take a picture of it and then put, on that app that tells me what I'm looking at. Everything might have a flower for pollinators. Everything needs water to grow. So I find the human thing of making manicured little yards perfect. I'd rather live in free range kind of yards in the middle of nowhere. So I think it takes an entire consciousness change where Mother Earth is a sentient living being, and everything we do to her, the lake is out that way, comes back to harm our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing a lot of harm to bodies because of the toxicity of what we're doing out here. So we've got to educate, we've got to change the consciousness. And in the Zen order I was in, we always worked with leave no trace. If we put down trash, pick it up. Don't put down poisons because we can't pick it up. So leave no trace. Keep it the way it is in the pristine state. So I don't know how we manifest that, but it's important.
According to Lori, we're going to ask actually one more question. I'm going to address something and then we'll do our final question. Apparently there's a viewer that's feeling a lot of the anxiety. That's not much to go on. What specifically they're anxious about, I don't know. But she was wondering if there's any suggestions that we have on how they can calm their anxiety.
Yeah, let's do heart math. That's what the whole program is about. And I'm going to start it without music and then change to the music. Take your left hand and put it on your heart and breathe. Just go down into your heart center. Take 4 deep, slow breaths. Usually when we feel anxiety, we stop breathing. So start with the breathing. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, do that. And just relax your shoulders. Come into that sacred space of heart cell activation. I'm going to add the music. Just keep breathing. And in your heart imagination, bring to heart consciousness something that you've been grateful for at any time in your past. Sort of makes your heart smile. It can be a pet, it can be something that you love to do or a place you love to be. And just breathe into that remembrance. And then take this breath and this gratitude and go from your heart to your head, to that place that we create anxiety. So you go from heart to head, and you breathe the gratitude up into your head. And the intention is to bring everything into harmony. A few more deep breaths. From the heart math research perspective, if you can activate your heart cells, breathe gratitude or caring up into your head cells, you will lower cortisol, which is where the anxiety comes from. Called coherence in heart work. I happen to put things to music anytime I can, so I did. So there's a heart bowl and a head bowl. So one way to lower anxiety on the fly is anytime you feel it, put your hand on your heart and take 3 deep breaths. Just do that. That'll lower it right away.
So may I also suggest that Adrian said in several readings, the future is anxiety. You are not anxious about what you just passed. You are anxious about what you think is coming. Stay right here in the here and now, and then lean on gratitude to help you with your current situation. There are things in your life that you need to be grateful for right now. And it's a human experience to not always pay attention to them. But now that you know that this feeling is coming upon you, that you are now starting to feel anxious, bring those things into light. My motto that I have said since 1941. I have I have something to be grateful for. Anything I have and everything I don't. I don't have all of the horrible conditions and diseases. I have my sight, although challenged, I still have it. So be grateful for that, because you could not have it at all. Or one of your eyes might be this and the other one might be that. So stay in the here and now. Yes, 1941, you weren't there, so you don't know when I was born. But do not live in the future. That's where your anxiety lies. When you get there, you will realize it probably wasn't that bad in the first place. Second thing I would like to suggest, mouse work. Thank you very much. Sacredinspirations.com. Go there right after we leave here. Go there. There are tracks like she has played today, like she has played on past live streams. Look for the past live streams. That energy is still there. That still helps. That still works. That sun gong takes me to a place every single time. Go and find something that speaks to your heart. Go and find something calm that anxiety. Anxiety is poison. Make sure that you go and you deal with it when you can, every single time.
I'm going to make another recommendation. Give me 2 seconds, please. Y'all insert a theme and hold music. Please hold 2 seconds.
Right, we got time to play music.
I don't see it. Okay, there was a particular track on Jodi that I was going to recommend. I don't see it on here, but I'm going to highly recommend the 9 chakra balance. I listen to that mother sucker every day. I started particularly in the morning. I don't know what this heifer did in this track. She probably put a little bit of like love juice and in there. But I highly recommend that track. It is worth every penny of that $19.99 that you're going to spend. What you guys got to understand, what Jodi's been trying to teach us for these last several sessions, is that there's music has that vibration. That vibration will help break up that icky cootie that you are holding onto, that you don't even realize is inside of you. I was going to recommend, Jodi, the anxiety and depression track, but it's not on your website.
It isn't?
No, it's not on your.
Took it off my website. If you guys want that one, just message me. I've got about 40 more than I have on the website at this point. The 9 chakra works really well. The anxiety and depression works really well. And if you like cats, you'll really love it, because I put cat purrs underneath that one because they're so calming.
Yeah, I was going to recommend the anxiety and depression. She also has a PTSD awareness track that is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that would work like the anxiety one would.
Yeah. So, but they're not. They're not up there. Maybe she'll put them up there.
I'll put them up there Monday. I got to work all day tomorrow.
Yep. But my recommendation is the 9 chakra track. That definitely will help with anxiety. So we're going to end on 2 things. Thank you, guys. Hang in there a little bit longer, because I'm going to be doing a giveaway at the end. So you only have to sit through one more question, and then we'll go through the giveaway. The final question, I'm going to end with not a conspiracy theory type of question, but like it's a off the beaten path type question. Lionsgate.
Chickens and eggs. Chickens and eggs.
I'm not doing that one. I like Sienna's answers. The chicken, the egg is the chicken. Chicken hermaphrodites. What is Lionsgate significant for? For those of you who don't know, Lionsgate is a portal. Think about the Lionsgate cult back in the day. Think about they thought that there was going to be a portal where they ascended up and that their bodies were just meat suits that once they ascended to another dimension, that's when all the goodness happened. So there was even a cult behind it. What is Lionsgate all about? What is it significant for? Is the question. What is its significance? Don't insist on repetition, Adrian. What is its significance? Your nose curl. Your nose and your face curled all the way up again, Johnie.
Well, it's tomorrow, and we were talking about it before we came on, and we're all sort of sitting here going, huh. We can ask the audience.
I mean, it would probably be a different reaction to such an answer had you not told that story just now. But I
did not know about that cult, so I'm going here.
Heaven's Gate. Oh, Lionsgate. I lied. They're called Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate. Okay, Lionsgate is Leo, the lion.
Hold on. Here's why I'm screwing it up, though, because I have watched several documentaries on this cult. One of these days, I'll explain to everybody in a live stream my fascination, obsession with the cult. Okay. They mention Lionsgate a lot as part of their thing with Heaven's Gate. Let's just put it that way. So they were really into
Okay. They connected to. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
Tomorrow is new moon, which I do events every new moon. So I'm online and I'm like, okay, so it happens to be 8/8. For me, it's like 8/8. Okay, put it on its side. We have the infinity symbol. That works for me.
Now you say you're doing a Zoom.
Yeah, I do a recorded and live event. Some people want the recording. Some people want to be on it. That I do every new moon, that I do a guided journey, and I just do guided journey and music and all 10 gongs, and then we talk afterwards on Zoom.
So if they want to be a part of that, where do they need to go?
Message me at Sacred Inspiration at the email that's on that website. It's $25 and you get the recording. And somehow we'll figure out what Lionsgate is between now and then.
I get that it is for escaping danger.
Ooh, we can run away from home through it.
There's some sort of mother bear energy to it that you can sort of run to and connect your energy to. It's kind of like running because you're almost out of power and plugging into it. So if you know how to tap into the energy of a portal, not necessarily traveling through, but just to connect to, it's kind of like I get the sense of a lecture hall or a Zoom meeting where you're going to get you some good old sound meditation. It's like the person's in there, they're doing their thing, and then you come in and you sit and you absorb whatever it is that they're doing, whether they're speaking or whatever. And so it's a plugging in for protection. I get, which made me giggle, I got the gate card here, and then I get the minstrel. There is something soothing about it. Then I get the dagger, which is danger, and then I get the griffin, which is honor and luck and connectivity. So it's a place to go where you can connect for protection energy. So mind you, this is also a good time for getting rid of and shedding things with the new moon. So if there is something that is causing you some sort of consternation, then this is the good time to get rid of it, especially if you can connect to this energy, but not just because of that, but it's just a good time to think about those type of things. Well, that's what I get. It's a protection thing.
I get the same thing. It's a party in the sky. It's a place to leave, to escape, to leave all your burdens and your worry. That's what I got.
Yeah, I do work on the new moon because that's the moon to actually clear energy, which is what the sound is about, and set intention for the manifestations on full moon. It's a really important time. So we always do that on these new moons. And when I'm doing stuff like that, I start with the head, heart, balls, and I go to the earth, sun, gong, and then go to the 4 directions, and then go to everything else. And I keep reading about Lionsgate. And yeah, I think, Debbie, you heard it was a big one this year. And I'm with you. It's like, okay, I'm not resonating with it yet. I never have, It's like, so.
And I can't because of the Heaven's Gate cults. They're
yeah.
Now, when Tony from Shining Hawk Healing on her channel, she did a whole live stream about portals. And there are some, like she said, when she went to Sedona, because everybody tells her Sedona's got all this big, huge pocket of energy, basically. She went there, she felt nothing. I'm like, every place on earth does not connect with every person on earth. There's a place you can go stand beside the tree outside this window right now, feel absolutely nothing. Somebody else can come along and be like, oh my God, this is my best friend right now. But you can go somewhere else in the world and boom, that's you. Your energy is there. You're in alignment. Everything's good. Spirit told me to go to Virginia Beach, and I figured that's the reason why, is because there's a place there that puts me in alignment with something else. I've never been to Virginia Beach. Don't know why I would ever go there. Not that it's a bad place, but it's not something on the map. But that's what it told me. So, it doesn't connect with everybody.
Yeah, and portal is a doorway. And, metaphorically speaking, it's something we can walk through to invite change and come back a different person. That's simple. And it's Leo energy, so it's fire energy. So it's a good energy to use to burn, metaphorically speaking, don't burn down the house, to burn in a bowl, burn the things you choose to let go of and refill with your intentions. If you're clearing, you have to refill. That's a rule. If you clear and don't refill, all the oogie boogies can get back in even bigger. So as a fire ceremony, which that part I have read, it's a way to intentionally say, okay, here are the things I'm letting go of. They've served me well, thank you. Be here now, come out of the past into the here now, and walk through a doorway, a portal into tomorrow, to the next part of your life. So every month we repeat that with a new moon to set intentions and the full moon to manifest, and then go back to the new moon, and on and on and on. And then they throw in the Lionsgate for good measure. So that's what I get. You guys want to hear some gongs before we close?
That's why people paid to come here, ma'am. Yeah.
Hang on, we will close with all 10 of the babies. Let me get the sound
Oh, yeah,
changed.
giveaway too.
Oh, of course we have to give. Should they start putting the numbers down?
No, I want them to get the sound in. Don't be distracted.
Well, okay. Okay, y'all, take a deep breath. We're going to start with the bowls here. Actually, I'll go to the big ones. Through your heart is the best way to receive sound, like this. Hear all the hearts open.
Do either of you have any closing words?
The what?
Any final closing words from you two?
I would like to say thank you to all of you who are coming to these. We're changing. I mean, we talk about how we can be of service to Mother Earth by showing up and changing the frequency of how we look at her, which is what we're doing with everybody. Yeah, Debbie, I get hot when I play them too. That's the energy moving. When I used to do gong baths in a bigger house that I lived in, I knew when I hit that hot flash at about an hour mark that everybody was cooked and we were done. So that's a good sign.
Closing words from you, Mr. Apprentice?
No, I'm going to be selfish. I'm in my good place right now. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
He likes that sun gong thing to end with.
I mean, I can't even. I'm good.
He's sliding down in his chair.
I ain't even high. That's
You don't have to get high with these.
I sound high. That's I like that.
That's because it's a sonic massage, so this stuff releases endorphins.
It makes me happy.
Relax. Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's my way of showing appreciation to everybody who's tuned in for the last two. I'm going to do a giveaway. When I was doing doing my latest sound recording, when I was playing the gong, something told me that people need help grounding right now, which is part of why some people are feeling anxiety. Like Johnny was saying, part of way to get rid of anxiety is to be present. What is presence? Being connected to right now and being connected to Mama Earth. So I figured I would make a custom package to help one lucky viewer get grounded. So I made a little grounding kit. So what's in it is you get an actual card with, I should put it up right side up, grounding mantras. This whole kit is intended for you to use during meditation, just whenever you want to calm your little self down. You get a grounding candle. It's got a lot of different essential oils. It smells fantastic, that are perfectly blended. That's not what I meant to say. That are intended is the word for grounding. You also get a 4-ounce clearing spray, and then you also get a grounding oil. You can use it just like the meditation oil. It's just got again, different herbs and spices to help ground you so you can calm down, do your connection to Mama Earth. Okay? If you would like to win this, and you will also get a link to an MP3 of a guided grounding meditation with sound. So you get 4 things. So MP3, guided meditation, grounding meditation, and then this box, which includes, again, your grounding, affirmations, 4-ounce clearing spray, grounding oil, which is like a meditation oil, and also a yummy grounding candle. Okay, right now, whoever wants to win this, a number between 1 and 100, you have 15 seconds to put it in the chat, starting now. Pick a number between 1 and 100.
And you can also get some of these things. Are you going to do it as a package? redlentilhealing.com.
There it is. Maria Ruiz.
Maria got it.
Oh, Maria got it.
Got it twice.
Johnie, what was your question?
Are you going to sell them as a package on redlentilhealing.com?
I haven't decided yet. You guys let me know in the chat if you would be interested in buying this as a kit, including the meditation track. My guide said people need help with grounding right now, and this could be your gift to help someone ground. So if you're interested, you can just send me an email, and I will, if I get enough interest, I will put them on the website.
Sylvia, I'm going to send you one.
Yeah, the people that were in my class, the certification class this week, I put your link on my resource page to go buy you. We were spraying the clearing oil around the room, but grounding and the need to ground came up as really hard to do right now. So that would be a good package to sell.
So Maria, congratulations. Please email me I'm saying this as I'm writing this, home address, ESS, there's 2 D's in address, to redlentilhealing@gmail.com. So Maria, you need to email me within the next 15 to 20 minutes. Otherwise, I'm going to give this away Monday night. If I don't hear from you, I'm going to give it away to somebody else on Monday night during my, what was the name of the track? During my Empowering Your Actions sound bath session. So Maria, email me in the next 15 minutes. I need your home address. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Johnie and Jodi, thank you both so much for coming in tonight. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Can I say one more thing? Sylvia, does Adrian still have your address? Or Adrian, I guess I can ask you if you have Sylvia's address.
Which Sylvia?
If not, right there, Sylvia Hanks.
I think I do have
So then she buy something from you.
I think I have. I'll have to look and see.
If not, Sylvia, send your send your address to Adrian, and I'll send you one.
What are we going to send her?
One of those grounding packages.
Jesus.
There's a couple of people in here that said they want it.
I got it now. Because I really wasn't planning on selling it. I was just doing.
I'm buying it today, man.
Right. And I'll check to make sure I have Sylvia's address. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Be well, be safe, take care of yourself first and foremost, guys. I'm not even talk about the other 3 things we need to take care of. Just take care of yourself right now, okay? That's all I ask of each and every one of you. Thank you to all these super chatters. Thank you, Lori. Thank you to everybody who donated. Thank you to the moderators. Until the next, I'll see you guys Monday. Johnie will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. and Jodi will see you tomorrow on her Zoom. Bye, y'all.
7 p.m. Central.